Private schools are too expensive and government schools leave a lot to be desired. Hina Zubairi reports on a new privately owned school system that hopes to overcome this problem.
Scenes like these are common in Pakistan. Children working in small workshops, in tiny tea stalls, or begging on the streets.
Even though the per capita income here is higher, the amount that is spent on education is the lowest in the region. And despite the social action program, I mean last year 2.7% of the GNP was spent on education. And this year the allocation, despite the social action program, has been reduced to 2.6%.
More than 60% of Pakistanis are illiterate. Very little of the national budget is spent on the education sector. There are government schools, but getting a quality education is a dream for most children. The teacher-child school system seems to have found a solution. They aim to establish educational institutes for the children of those underprivileged families who want to give their children a good education but are hindered by a lack of resources.
My neighbors told me the school was excellent. It really takes care of the children. They are taught English, given uniforms, and provided with food. I also wanted to enroll my daughter here so that her future would be secure.
The primary aim is to provide the underprivileged children and their families to get out of the poverty loop. It's a long program. It will take about 18 years for these children to grow and pass through the professional colleges, and one day, hopefully, they will enter the mainstream as competent, enlightened citizens.
With a curriculum at par with private schools in Pakistan, the school has a psychologist on the staff who gives the children their initial IQ test and monitors their emotional health. Several of the children have genius-level IQs.
We teach them how to walk, stand straight with their chins up, walk nicely, eat nicely, how should they say it, plus all the toilet habits, table manners, talking, walking, all these things.
Not only has the school made a difference in the lives of the children and their families, the surrounding environment has been influenced as well.
For instance, in terms of the general confidence level, children are coming out, reaching out more, they're more confident. Unki self-esteem, I personally feel, definitely has been helped. Some of these children were somewhat shy in the area of social skills, for instance, that they did not have some of the skills that I see them have now.
My son has learned to be so punctual that in the morning he is up for school before me.
Getting talented students out of the poverty circle will definitely have positive repercussions on the economy in the coming decades, when these children come into society with a sound education and civic sense instilled in them. This is Hina Zubairi for Pakistan This Week, Islamabad.
And that's all we have for today. The Pakistan This Week team will be back at the same time next week.